The one thing that we're all working so hard for, the one thing we're striving towards, is freedom. Creative freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. We all want the freedom to do what we want, when we want, and how we want. Now, when someone has decided that this is what they want, freedom, they go down a rabbit hole. How can I get better? How can I get more efficient, more effective in the arena that I play in every day? I've bought into the self-improvement rat race since I started my business. The 5 a.m. Club, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Alex Hormozi, Dan Coe, Mark Manson, Think and Grow Rich. These books and people have become the Bibles and the preachers for my self-improvement journey. But there's one problem. If all you're focused on is improving yourself, your ideal future self, then where does that leave you today? Self-improvement, self-help, personal development, it used to have a different name. It was called philosophy. And the very point of philosophy was to think critically about your ideas and behaviors right here in this very moment. Great philosophers who made us think bigger included Alan Watts, Marcus Aurelius, Bertrand Russell, and Plato. They were artists and wordsmiths, and their very intent was to look within and share timeless wisdom with the world. Their writings and their teachings, they aren't personal. When you listen to Alan Watts speak, he isn't telling stories about his own life. He is simply translating the signals he absorbs from his 5 senses, which then turn into thoughts, and then into words on a page. Philosophy is a collection of metaphorical explanations about our perception of reality, which can then be absorbed into our own consciousness. But it doesn't hand it to us on a silver platter. We need to read between the lines and draw our own conclusions based on the information that we've absorbed. It's our job to understand what the deeper meaning is. Sort of like a movie with a great twist at the end, and you're left cycling through every scene wondering what the moral of the story is. This is a stark contrast to what philosophy has become. Self-help, self-improvement, personal development, books, videos, and podcasts on these subjects are readily available today. But here's the problem. You absorb one idea from one person, they deliver their opinion with intensity and intentionality, and they choose words that resonate with your understanding of your own reality. You believe what they say to be fact. Then 5 minutes later, you absorb something from another person entirely who opposes the viewpoint of the person that you had just agreed with, yet you also resonate with aspects of this person's argument. What ends up happening is that you begin to compare yourself to others. With the success and freedom obtained by others, we can't help but compare our current situations with theirs, but we don't see the submerged part of the iceberg. And this is why we reach for these self-improvement books, videos, and podcasts. We want to improve, we want to be better, but if you're only working towards being better, you're missing the biggest part of what's required to get there: gratitude. By comparing yourself to someone who's already been through the struggles that you're currently going through, you'll feel inferior and resentful towards yourself for not having the freedom you're after right now. You become what you think about, and if all you have on your mind is the fact that you need to improve, you never will, because your consciousness is flooded with thoughts of inferiority and lack. See what I'm getting at here? I mean, think about it. Think about the difference between these types of statements. I am good. I'm doing great. I am well on my way. I'm successful. I've grown a lot over the last few years. I have to get better. I have to improve at this. I'm not good enough yet. I suck. I'm an idiot. Why can't I figure this out? When you spiral on thoughts of needing to improve in the future, you neglect to notice the great wins that you're already experiencing today. And that leads to a lack of gratitude. And a lack of gratitude leads to a lack of personal improvement. It's like by focusing on personal improvement, you don't actually improve. By being aware of personal improvement, but drawing inspiration from people who make you look at the world differently with a calm sense of gratitude, you automatically improve. A self-improvement guru will tell you to wake up at 5 and hustle. You are weak and you won't achieve what you want if you don't beat out the competition. Cold plunge, carnivore diet, 2-hour productivity hacks, get rich quick schemes. A philosopher like Alan Watts will say, you and I are all as much continuous with the physical universe as a wave is continuous with the ocean. Or I have realized that the past and the future are real illusions, that they exist in the present, which is what there is and all there is. These statements aren't instructions, like follow this routine and I promise you'll be rich. Instead, they are genuine reminders that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And by accepting that you're a part of a bigger picture, you can do great things. By remaining in the moment, by being present and taking actions that you believe to be important today, you will craft your ideal future and justify your past. Beyond just absorbing this information, you actually have to act. There are countless times when an architect designs a house and then the framers have to come in and change something on the fly because the math just doesn't add up. Theory remains theory until it is put into use. So to take action and to craft your reality is important. To do this, you simply have to craft your days. Plan what you want to do tomorrow, today. Write your list and then follow it to a T. And in between crossing items off the list, make time for the most random moments you can imagine. Take a different route home, go see a movie in the middle of the day, say hey to a stranger, go for a hike somewhere you've never been before. Cabin fever sets in when you're stuck in the same four walls, day in and day out, doing the same thing over and over again. We aren't physically built for it. We're built for a natural life. When our ancestors hunted wild game, each and every experience of that hunt was very different. The weather was different. The animal ran in a different route as it was hunted. Some hunts were challenging and some were easy. Do your best to mirror that experience, but in modern life. Real self-improvement and freedom is experienced today, in this moment. When you're done watching this video, go and do something you've never done before. When we do this, the pieces just come together. That Alan Watts quote pops back into your head while you're experiencing something you've never done before, and suddenly it all makes sense. You know exactly what to do, and you realize that you have improved. Freedom isn't obtained in the future. You experience it right now, in every moment of every day that you allow yourself to. Don't listen to the gurus. Listen to the philosophers who only give you just enough information to inspire you to think about your own life more critically. Craft your days and have new experiences that bring you joy and create gratitude. Self-improvement isn't achieved through thinking about improving yourself. It's achieved by absorbing the theory that makes you feel excited and inspired, and then putting it to work in the physical world. You have big losses and you have small wins. Celebrate the wins, learn from the losses, and laugh it off, and you'll be just fine. I'm Jay Ashcroft. Thank you.